I'm a baller like the Rosen. Pour the metal like I'm Logan. Diamonds on me and they frozen. Do you wanna build a snow? Who thinks Dreddy is the best? Hands fly like I'm Adolf. The perk got me high as a takeoff. I spit like takeoff. Best in the booth and I black like 8.
What's poppin' peeps? You already know who it is. It's your boy, back with another video. And today's video is gonna be a My Hero Academia video, specifically a top 5 class 1A quirks that I want. These quirks are just gonna be based on the quirks, not the person. So it doesn't matter if you think I like number 1 more than number 5. Some of these characters I like more than the other ones. Some of the characters in the lower tiers I like lower in the list, I like higher up in the list. Now if you like this video, you want more top 5 videos like this, or you want more My Hero Academia videos, it doesn't even matter. Just hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first entry. At the number 5 entry is the quirk One for All, possessed by the main character Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku. Now this barely beat out Dark Shadow, possessed by Fumikage Tokiyami, for the reason I like Dark Shadow's originality more, but if I see One for All way more powerful than Dark Shadow. It enhances your strength and speed, and it's super strength. That's why it's at number 5. It's based super strength. The other ones ahead of it are a lot more unique, but who doesn't want enhanced strength and speed, bruh? I mean, Izuku right now can deliver punches that are like hurricane levels. He can deliver flicks that are hurricane levels and can destroy ice. Now granted, he was using that as max power and it'll break his fingers. That's the thing. I don't think I'm built enough to be able to use One for All at its max potential. I am a pretty built dude. I'm not huge. I'm like 157, 5'9". I'm not gonna be able to use One for All at its max capacity. I'll probably be able to use it at 8% at least. To be able to use One for All at its full capacity, you have to train a lot. You gotta be a bodybuilder. You gotta be freaking John Cena, Dwayne The Rock Johnson out here to be able to use One for All at its max. And even then, I don't even think those dudes can handle it. So that's why I put One for All at number 5. I like the quirk. I'm not a big dude. I probably won't be able to use it at its max potential, but let's go ahead and get into the number 4 spot.
It takes me a little longer to create an object this big.
Coming at number 4, we got Creation, used by a class 1A student, Momo Yaoyorozu, the wet dream of most My Hero Academia fans, if you're not already a Ochako Uraraka fan. But to explain her quirk, I'm gonna go ahead and let Mr. Aizawa explain it.
Finally, there's Momo Yaoyorozu. Her quirk is Creation. She can create any non-living thing from the lipids in her body.
As Mr. Aizawa explained, Creation allows you to create any non-living thing out of the lipids of your body, as long as you know the molecular structure of it. Now, I chose this as my number 1 quirk for another video I did. If you haven't seen it, link down in the description, go check it out. It's on my channel. But I chose this number 1 as quirks I want in real life because it has a lot of real life utilities. Even in combat, even in this show, she's been able to use her quirk proficiently. It does have its counter those, which you have to be able to know everything off the top of your head to be able to use it quick and efficiently. I probably won't be able to recognize everything of the tools that I want to make, so that's probably why it's a number 4. It's still above One for All because it's a lot more unique and probably has a lot more potential, but we're gonna keep this short. It's still a good quirk. I still want it, probably not as much as the 3 that are listed above it. Now let's go ahead and get into the 3rd spot. And coming in at the number 3 spot, we got the quirk Half Hot, Half Cold, possessed by class 1A student Shoto Todoroki. This quirk is literally fire and ice. It is literally the hottest quirk out there and the coldest quirk out there at the same time. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone wants to be able to control fire and ice. Fire and or ice. Why not both? This man has the best of both worlds. Oh my god. He inherited his fire quirk from his father, his ice quirk from his mother. He's able to control ice on the right side of his body, and he's able to control fire on the left side. But the drawback is, I guess you could say he's only able to control each element on both sides. So if he needs to make an ice wall on his left side, or he needs to have fire in his, right side, he's not able to do it. I don't really consider that a drawback. The drawback is if you use one side too much. Let's say you use your ice side too much, you suffer from frostbite. Let's say you use your fire side too much, you suffer from dehydration. Now the way to counter those is just use the other side. I'm not sure if you have to like use it once, like create like a little small spark of fire to be able to counter the frostbite. But if you want to counter one, if you use one side too much, use the other side. Now Shoto, he was at the beginning of the series, he was just using his ice side. He was neglecting his fire side for reasons I'm not gonna spoil. You should be able to watch the show. If you are in this video, you already know what it is. But it is stated in the show he will be at his best when he's able to use both of them at the same time. And there's one scene where he does, when he's fighting Gangorka, he's able to use his fire and ice side at the same time. He's not even at his potential. He's already one of the strongest students in the school. His quirk is strong, is one of the strongest quirks in My Hero Academia. He just has to be able to use it both sides at the same time, complementary. It's strange because fire and ice, they both counter each other, but when you put them together, it's just so beautiful. Shoto Todoroki here at the number 3 spot. I want to be able to freeze all y'all and burn all y'all alive. That's why I want it. But it's not, I don't want it more than these two quirks listed in front. Let's go ahead and get into the number 2 spot.
Now I don't have to worry about hurting my friends! You guys are fried!
Coming in at the number 2 spot is Electrification, possessed by the Class 1A student, my boy, Denki Kaminari. Why did I choose electricity over fire and ice? It's simple. Ever since I was a kid, some of my favorite characters like the Flash and Static Shock, they've always had electricity powers. I was a very energetic kid, and I was really dependent on my speed. When I played sports, I depended on my athleticism. Electricity is the embodiment of power and energy. It's just so fast, like it's just instant. A lightning strike is so fast that I don't know if it depends on the speed, but when lightning strikes, you can tell how close you are from the sound. And when you see a lightning bolt, it's instant. It's like a camera flash. Like it doesn't stay there like fire and ice. It's just instant. And the Flash, he's so fast. He generates electricity from, even my man Midoriya thinks electricity's cool. He generates every time he uses his power. Granted, he doesn't shock it anymore, but still. I have any game I play, any character, just anything. Every game that I play, I always choose a character who's fast and energetic, and so happens to have electricity powers. And a little bit of a endorsement of myself. This quirk is on the top 5 quirks I want in real life, so go check that out. But I'm gonna give you a little briefing of why I chose it on that list. You could just, if you're smart, you will never have to pay for electricity in your life. You generate it. You just stick a cord up your butt. You're able to power your whole house by yourself. You're a one-man electrical band. And Kaminari, he's just such a cool character, and electricity just fits him. I'm the living embodiment of Kaminari. And I'm not even talking about why I want the quirk. The quirk, you're able to distribute electricity. The downside of it, if you exceed your wattage or voltage, I'm not sure. As much as I love electricity, I'm not sure how much power, but if he uses a certain amount of electricity, he goes brain dead for an hour. That's a big downside, but all in all, I still love electricity. It's just such an energetic and cool power, but it's not number 1. What's number 1? What can beat out my favorite elements of all time? Well, you're about to see it. Let's go ahead and get into the number 1 spot.
If you're gonna face me, you can't half-ass it!
And coming in at the number 1 spot is Explosion, possessed by Class 1A student Katsuki Bakugo. Why did I choose Explosion over my favorite element of all time? Simple. Well, not really simple. I had a hard time picking between electrification and explosion, but ultimately I chose Explosion. Explosion is just such a unique concept. You've seen plenty of characters with the ability to generate electricity. You've never, well, as far as I know, I've never seen anyone who's able to generate explosions from their hand. Katsuki Bakugo's quirk works whenever he sweats nitroglycerin, which if you don't know, causes explosions, that he's able to ignite at will. He's able to produce and ignite at will, which will cause explosions. He's able to control the size of these explosions. The way he uses his quirk, he's able to create flashbangs, which is a very bright explosion, which called damage, but it's mainly meant to blind people. He uses this in the UA Sports Festival against Tokoyami, who, if you didn't know, was an honorable mention on this list. And this man was able to, his quirk, Dark Shadow, it's, as you can tell, shadows, weak to light, strong in the dark. He's able to find that out by using his explosion quirk. He's able to use his quirk, or explosion. I'm talking about the character. Explosion, just, you can use it in plenty of ways, as Katsuki Bakugo shows in the show. He's able to do semi-flying. He's able to propel himself in the air with little tiny explosions from his hands. He puts his hands behind him like Naruto. I'm butchering names today. He's able to put his hands behind his back like Naruto and fly a little bit by generating little explosions in his hands. He's able to create flashbangs, which can blind people. As you saw in the little video before this, he did a whole bunch of science. I forgot what it did. I forgot like the science explanation of it. He twisted himself. He used explosions to create a tornado vacuum around him, which caused explosions to be bigger. Why would I want this? It's just cool. Along with my energetic personality, I'm someone who wants to see the world burn. Like, I just want to be able to, you know, if you have this quirk in real life, if somebody's getting on your nerve, you can just bitch slap the fuck out of them with an explosion. Just smack them and there's an explosion in their face. Sorry for the language, but this quirk is cool as heck. Why did I curse earlier and then not cuss now? But Explosion, right here at the #1 spot, is just such a cool power, a unique power that I've never seen before. A lot of my love for this power comes from Bakugo himself. He's a character that wants to win all the time. He's coming at you, and he wants to win so bad that he makes you rethink how quirks are used. Like, he was able to beat Midoriya, who has super strength and speed, with simple explosions. He was able to beat Todoroki, who not only had fire but ice. Granted, Todoroki wasn't using his fire side, but still, Todoroki's a very, very smart kid, and he has a lot of power behind him. And Bakugo he has 2 elements on him, and Bakugo was able to beat him with his explosion. It shows you the potential of your quirk. Now, any of these quirks on this list can be used depending on the person, but Bakugo just made me rethink of what a simple power can do, and it's basically the show. It makes you rethink about how superpowers work. But to make a long story short, Explosion is at #1 because it's a cool power, it's unique, and it can be used in a lot of different ways that you didn't think explosions and grenades can be used. But yeah, Explosion is your #1 for top 5 Class 1A quirks I want in real life. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and go check out my top 5 quirks I want in real life. Link in the description for the 3rd time in this video. What are you doing? Go check it out right now. But thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.
Damn, swear I just had an epiphany. I'm taking everything meant for me. Me being king, it is meant to be. Fuck anybody who dissing me. I am not for your